Horner denied. Cadillac will not be entertaining Christian Horner as their team principal, but the door is open at another team. This is F1 Grandstand. I'm Tony Craig, and if you are an F1 fan, you are in the right place. Hit the subscribe button and the bell button now. Join the community and get involved. Now let's get into it. Christian Horner, obviously a divisive figure on the F1 grid, but do we miss him? I think we do. But all the rumours have been going around the internet saying that Horner could be the next or new team principal at Cadillac F1 team. So yesterday, Cadillac announced their driver lineup for 2026 of Perez and Bottas, and it was an opportunity for Cadillac CEO Dan Tauris to officially shut down the Horner talk via the race. He said no talks have taken place and there are no plans to hold them. They are 100% behind the appointed team principal of Graham Loden. And they should be, because Graham's done a great job. He has got them the perfect driver lineup for 2026. But why is the internet going crazy about Christian Horner? You can't keep this man out of the headlines. Well, you got to remember, at Red Bull, 21 seasons under Horner, Red Bull won 6 World Constructors' Championships, 8 World Drivers' Championships, and 124 Grand Prix. So, obviously talented, obviously hugely successful, obviously knows how to build a team from zero to a Constructor Championship winning team. However, it brings me on to what's actually happening with Horner right now. Where could we see him on the grid in 2026? And it comes down to our old friend Flavio Briatore. Again, an interesting figure in the world of Formula One. You just a little Google search will tell you what a colourful character Flavio is. And to be honest, I quite like having him on the grid in some description. He does bring some drama. He does bring some entertainment. And right now, he is controlling the Alpine team. There is no team principal in place. Now, the Alpine team right now are in trouble. Renault shares are down by over 20%. They've lost their engine development program. They're struggling. And there's even rumours that they were trying to sell the whole team. But what actually is happening is what Renault's preferred strategy is to sell 20% of the team for about £298 million. Enter Horner. So Flavio Briatore and Christian Horner are great friends. They have been for a long time. Goes all the way back to 2005 when Horner entered the whole world of Formula One. So what's actually happening? Horner is spearheading a consortium trying to buy that 20% in Alpine. But it's not without its problems. To name a few. One, Horner has to get 300 million quid. We reckon his payout from Red Bull is around the 100 million pounds mark. So he's a good 200 million short. We do know he's putting together a consortium to try and buy that 20% share. Now, why is this so important? Because Horner has said he will only come back into the F1 grid as an owner of a team with full control of that racing team. Full control of the racing team. There might be other parts of the business which he's not really bothered about. He wants full control of the team and he wants an equity stake. This is why his most likely place on the grid in 2026 is Alpine. They're struggling. There's only one man on that team who has scored points, and that's Pierre Gasly, and I'll be coming to him in just a moment. So there's a couple of things that Horner's going to have, obstacles he's going to have to get over. Renault, major shareholders in that team. Horner gave scathing verdicts on the Renault engines in the past. But as Mercedes are going to be supplying the power units in 2026, does it really matter? Will an apology do? Probably, because he's also going to be bringing £300 million to the table to the Trouble team, who's in desperate need of money, and bringing his, well, quite honestly, fantastic record as a team principal. If we don't include the unpleasantness, you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, he's obviously a winner. So I think Renault and Horner will get past that. And they've also got to get past the Pierre Gasly issue. Now, Pierre Gasly, Renault's #1 driver, nailed on for the drive in 2026, only driver to score points for Alpine this season. Also, if you watched our Overperformance Index show, Pierre Gasly is performing exceptionally well. He's the second best performing driver on the grid, outperforming where that car should be and the point scoring positions that car should have attained. Pierre Gasly is outperforming it by a huge way. He's actually matured. So the thing about Gasly is that in 2019, he was one of Horner's drivers. He did 12 races for Red Bull, half a season, and then he got dropped to the AlphaTauri team, the Red Bull second team. So Pierre Gasly had some things to say about that. He said that he didn't get treated very well as the Red Bull #2 driver. He basically said that Red Bull used his car as a test bed for setups for Max Verstappen's car. Max Verstappen it was all about Verstappen as a #1 driver, and being at the #2 seat, he didn't get a fair crack at the whip. He never got really the same setups as Max because they were using his car to refine setups for Max's car. So there is a little bit of animosity between Gasly and Horner, but we're going back 6 years. Gasly has improved as a driver. He's matured as a driver. And honestly, Gasly actually is one of the most underrated drivers currently on the F1 grid. So will they get past it? I think they will. So that is what we believe is going on from our sources in the paddock. So yeah, Cadillac, access denied. Horner will not be the Cadillac team principal, but the Alpine story is still running and we will follow it all the way through to 2026. It is exciting. It's an interesting story. But thanks for watching F1 Grandstand. Please like, comment, join the community, subscribe and hit the bell so you can keep up to date. It really does make a huge difference to the success of the channel and I'm really, really grateful to you. I will be streaming tonight at 8 o'clock for the Dutch Grand Prix preview show. Hopefully I will see you there. Come and get involved. So see you tonight. Ta-ta.